Hey guys, so today we're going to go through a simple and safe chair workout. This is one that we can progress and will progress in future videos. But for the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to go through a warm-up that's going to get the body warm, just like the title says, the heart pumping a little bit, and all those joints ready for motion. And then we're going to go through a strength portion, then a flexibility and stretch portion that ends with breath. So have your water handy. Whenever you're thirsty, stop and take a drink. I have my Tabata clock ready. We're gonna do 30 seconds per exercise and then go straight into the other exercise until we finish our warm up. So let's get ready, get set, and gonna give us 9 seconds to prepare. So here's what we're gonna do as we prepare. We're gonna talk about jabs. So we're gonna jab right and left rotationally. And now it's time to go. So I'm gonna start with a small range of motion, meaning I'm punching to the corners. And that is a good start as you get your body ready for work. Now it's good to reach out nice and far. And it's also really important that you lift up your chest so that you have a long spine, good posture when you work out. 30 seconds is already done. Now, marches. We're gonna go upper body then lower body. So as we do some marches, we're just gonna do quick knee lifts. So we're just taking those thigh muscles, lifting them right and left. We're in a band. I was in the marching band in high school. I really enjoyed those days. So keep going, lift, lift, lift. Now we wanna do upper body, lower body, just because it really does make a more effective warm-up. Now the second upper body exercise is going to be arm swings. We don't think about this too much, but we want to make sure to eventually get a little bit more into these, a little bit longer swing. If your chair has sides to it, maybe just do a little bit of a runner's arm, elbows bent, or have them out wider. Do what you can to get that motion going. This feels great. And a reminder, once again, keep your chest lifted, keep your spine long. Now, last but not least, before we repeat, is going to be our kicks. So we're just gonna kick that foot out. Pretend you've got a ball in front of you and you wanna move it away. You wanna kick it away. We went from the marching band to the soccer field, right? Kick and kick. I have my hands beside me here so I can support my spine. Oftentimes we can use those arms as additional support, and that's okay. We just want to make sure to keep that back nice and straight, the chest nice and proud. And now, back to the beginning. We've got our rotational jabs. And this second set through, maybe we can add a little more rotation. Now with all of exercise, you want to make sure you're breathing and you're also listening to your body. If you feel pain, just lower the intensity. And if it's severe pain, just go ahead and stop and skip out on that one exercise and then jump in on the next one. All right, those jabs are finished. We're gonna go to our marches. All right. Now the second time through, maybe you can get the knees a little higher. Again, keep your upper body lifted, chest proud. This is a great way to warm up, circulating through several exercises in what we call a superset style. We do one exercise and switch to another, and then repeat them. This keeps it novel, meaning fresh, and we like fresh. All right, let's go to arm swings. Our brain likes fresh as well. It likes novel, likes new. So by changing up the exercises while repeating them at the same time, it's good for the brain and the body. Typically, the second and third set of the same exercise, you can get a little more range of motion because you know what to expect. So we've got our arm swings as we're doing right now. And our last but not least in the second set through is our kicks. Again, I'm lifting my spine using my hands for support. We're just gonna kick away, kick that ball away. A lot of muscles are incorporated in all these moves. So exercise doesn't have to be hard. We can make it simple. Moving is really just the key. Always moving, always thinking about how to move. Never ever just give up on trying to move. Keep it going, whether it's just little bits, and sometimes little bits are better. It doesn't have to be complicated. All right, let's go back to our third set, and that's our jabs. I'm feeling pretty good, so I'm gonna go corner to corner. I might add a little more pop to my punch. Might add a little, like, pretend I've got a target, hit it, hit it, hit it. I'm not gonna exaggerate, but I'm just gonna add a little pop at the end of that punch. I am gonna reach out though as far as I can. I'm gonna pretend my target is a little bit further away from me. So I have to extend those arms fully and then pull them back. All right, marching time. March, march, march. So many different types of exercise, include marches. And they're great. They're great for coordination. It's good for lower abdominal strength. And again, my heart rate is climbing. So it's good to get that heart moving. All right, we just got a few more seconds here. Well, remember, our next exercise is our arm swings. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Lift the chest proud. We can't use those arms for support in this arm swing, so we're gonna use the strong core muscles. Lift, lift, lift. This is good. We are almost through 6 entire minutes of our warm-up. That's pretty good. See, when you're constantly changing the exercise, it goes by like a flash. You don't even realize you're working. That's the beauty of interval training. It just goes by nice and quick. All right, last but not least, soccer players, let's kick that ball away from us. Again, I gotta use my arms for support. I'm just gonna kick and kick. We just got a few more seconds of that warm-up. Now, I told you to have a drink of water next to you, or a water next to you. So at any point you stop and grab a drink. I'm ready for a drink here after this one, that's for sure. Lots of water, it's important. All right, keep it going, keep it going. Just got a few seconds left. And we did it. Awesome, your warm-up is done. Take a little time to recover. I'm gonna go ahead and restart my clock. And we're gonna jump in to our main workout once you have that drink of water. So I turned my chair just to show you the 2 exercises we're gonna superset at the beginning of our strength portion of our workout. Now, for this one, we're gonna have to sit back. Please have your toes on the floor, or if you need to get a little bit of a height in something, a box or something to put your feet on so you can press yourself all the way back against the back of the chair. The first exercise is going to be a seated crunch. This is one where we make sure from our rib cage or lower ribs to our tailbone, we are pushing into the back of the chair. So we're actually gonna round our back by pushing that midsection of the back into the chair, and our ribs are gonna attempt to find the hips. They're not gonna get all the way there, but they're just gonna do a nice crunch while pushing the lower back. So I like to have my hands up here. You can have your hands at your chest, and you simply, whatever works for you, push your lower back or mid back, that thoracic spine into the chair as you attempt to bring ribs to hips, and then lift. Roll. So it's like a deep abdominal crunch. Deep, deep, deep abdominal crunch. We're not in a hurry here when we do this. And it's a small, small range of motion. You should feel all those stomach muscles like girdling the spine. The second exercise we're going to do in our strength portion is going to be for the lat or the back muscles. That lats are a big portion of your back. We're going to push our elbows into the chair just to push us off the chair. all elbows push in, and we're squeezing the shoulder blades together. So push, squeeze shoulder blades, and return. Push, squeeze. We're not in a hurry here. We want to feel the squeeze, like we've got something between those shoulder blades and we're trying to squeeze it together. All right, big squeeze and push. All right, those are our 2 exercises. I'm going to turn my chair a little bit so we can get, all right. Are you ready? Let's do this. First, the seated crunch. All right, we set it up. I'm going to go ahead and put my hands right here at my chest. This is good, especially if you've got shoulder issues. My middle of my back is into the chair, and I'm doing a little crunch. We got 60 seconds here. We're just gonna enjoy that crunch. Let me just fix my clock here. There we go, so I can see better. Now, if you're not feeling those stomach muscles, really concentrate more on pushing the middle of the back into the chair. The range of motion is not huge, but the way that we can really beef this up is by pushing that thoracic, that mid-spine into the chair. All right, team, we are almost there. There we go, we're there. So we're gonna go ahead and press elbows into the chair. Big press, slow. We're squeezing those shoulder blades together. Super tight, super tight. Big push, big push. We're about halfway there. Come on, a little bit more. You're just shoving with your elbows, squeezing those shoulder blades. Push and squeeze. All right, we got that set done. Let's go back to our seated crunches. All right, lower back is shoved into this bench, chair, if I can get my words out, and let's do this. Now, I'm gonna just remind you a few more times. Middle back pushes into the back of the chair. You can do this without a back, without a chair back. Once you really kind of get the feel of what you're looking for in those deep abdominal crunches, and you can really do this wherever you go. So you could be doing seated crunches in the car, in the waiting room when you're at an appointment. All right, it's pause time. Elbows firmly against that chair back. Lifted chest. You ready to squeeze those shoulder blades together? It's time. Push and squeeze, and then release. Again, make sure you're feeling this around those shoulder blades. Those are the muscles that are being affected. And you really want to push with those elbows, keep your chest proud. This would be a great reminder that when you are doing seated exercise, when possible, keep your eye gaze lifted. Looking up is good for both your body and your brain. It releases all sorts of happy chemicals as well. All right, time for our last set of seated crunches. Middle back is pressed. Ribs are searching for the hips. Of course, they're not gonna find the hips, but they're searching. Now, strong abdominal muscles. We gotta always work toward it. And strong back muscles, which is why these two are such great exercises to put together in a superset. I oftentimes like to just growl, right? It makes me feel stronger. It also actually is good for your brain. So if you act a little bit more beefy, your body will respond in kind, and that's true. All right, let's do our squeeze in the back muscles. We're pushing the elbows into the chair to push our back away from the chair. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Eyes are looking up. Our chest is proud. We're really pushing those elbows. Now, this is such a great exercise for posture. Can't say enough about postural work. And team, we are done. Awesome job. Way to get through those 6 exercises, 3 exercises, 2 exercises 3 times through. My Tabata clock is cheering for us. So way to get through that first point of strength training. The second point of strength training is going to be similar. However, I'm going to adjust my clock because we're going to add a little bit more time because we have 3 different exercises. It's actually 2, but there's 3 sets. So we have to add a little bit more to our clock time. So let me just tell you what these ones are. We're going to do, and let me adjust my clock. We're going to do what I call bum lifts. So we're going to get to the midsection of our chair or the front of our chair, and we're going to use our hands, a push from our hands to get our bums off the chair. Like we're about to stand up, right? When we do that to stand up. But instead of leaning forward, we're going to try to keep our body a little bit more erect. However, I have short arms, long torso, so I have to lean a little bit so I can really push into the chair to get my backside off the chair. You're going to feel core muscles, arm and shoulder muscles. And if you restrict the use of your legs, but really using the upper body, you won't engage the legs. You'll be doing all upper body, which will be great. However, it's pretty hard not to use a little bit of the legs. The second exercise is going to be a static heel lift or a static front kick. We're going to trying to hold for 30 seconds. Now, if your knee gets uncomfortable, you can slightly bend that knee. You're still going to get the quad and lower abdominal work with a slight bend of your knee. So, are you ready? Let's get into the second portion of our workout. I'm going to hit start. Let's set up that bum lift. And on your marks, get set. It's time. Let's lift the bum off the chair and lower. We lift. We're not in a hurry here. We don't want anything to be super fast. And lower. When we're doing strength training, if we show control, especially as we lower, that's muscle over momentum. When we add speed, we're utilizing momentum, which is not a bad thing sometimes if we're needing it to get out of a chair or to keep us walking or even in our warm-up. Sometimes we use momentum in our stretches, but for this sake, we're doing everything nice and slow. All right, those ones are finished. Let's go ahead and get that heel lift. Hold the one leg off as long as you can. We're doing a static workout here. So we want to concentrate on squeezing the muscles of the leg. Pull the toe toward the knee. Really big squeeze, 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 squeeze. So good, so good. We've only got a few more seconds. And again, if your knee feels uncomfortable, just slight bend of the knee, but keep the toe lifted and lower. Let's do the other leg. We got about 5 seconds to set this up. So toe is pulled to the knee, lift that leg and hold. You should feel, this is good to actually note, as you lift your chest, you should feel this strong quad muscle activating. Your calf muscle is activating, and so is your tibialis anterior, which is your shin muscle, and that's going to help you keep your toes up when you're walking. So this is actually a really good fall prevention strength exercise. We just got a couple of seconds left, and we're going to go back to our bum lifts. All right, so we're going to lift those hips off the chair. So hands planted, get ready, get set. Let's go. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Now it doesn't take a whole lot of guessing to see how this could be very much beneficial to real life movement, right? We call that functional strength. So it's very practical because we need these arm muscles sometimes, I shouldn't say sometimes, oftentimes in life. All right, that second set is done. Let's get that one leg off the ground. Pull the toe toward the knee. So we call this a flexed ankle or flexed foot, where we're trying to pull the toe toward the knee. Again, if you straighten your leg nice and long, not a problem as long as your knee likes that. If your knee is like uncomfortable with a fully straightened leg, then bend it slightly. Pull the toe up. Feel that work in your tibialis anterior, in your quad muscles. I can also feel it in my hamstring and my glute muscles. And just like before, we want to have our chest nice and lifted. And let's switch legs. So the other leg, toe up, Soft knee if you want it, straight knee if you can, no big deal, they're both good. So I've been mixing and matching soft knee, straight knee. And then squeeze, squeeze, squeeze all you got and lift. Strength training is super important, using our own body weight. And again, doing it with a chair is fine. It's actually a great thing. It's safe and it's progressive. Most of us, spend time sitting in a chair on a regular basis. So we could do it several times a day and that would be okay too. We're almost there. And let's set up our final set of that hip or bum lift. All right, chest is proud. And let's go lift, lift, lift. And with control, we lower. Lift, lift, lift. And we lower. I'm curious if you hear my puppies in the background. They're outside. It's a beautiful morning. And they're wrestling around, having a good time. Oh, lift, lift, lift. And lower. Now, big deal here is lower with control. With control. We don't want to plop on our seat. So let's do the final set of our static leg lift or static kick or whatever we want to call this. Soft knee if you want it, straight knee if it's okay for your knees. Absolutely pull those toes toward the shin or toward the knee so the shin muscle is activated. Chest is proud. It goes by real quick when we keep changing up the exercise, but yet we're doing the same exercise multiple times, so we're really getting some volume on that muscle. All right, we just got a couple of seconds and we get to set up the other side. It's time. Now the fun thing is, we are at our last set right here with the other leg. Reminder, pull toe toward the knee. Soften knee if it feels funky in the knee. Feel all those muscles activate. Lift the chest and smile. Look up. Breathe. We are almost at the finish line. Just a few seconds left. We got about, let's see, 5 more seconds. That went by so quick. Love it, love it, love it. And we got, actually, it was 10 more seconds, and time. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You just went through your strength portion of your workout, and it's time to get through stretch and breath. That's really an awesome part of it all, and we all look forward to this part of our workout. For our stretch, we're not going to take time here. We're going to just enjoy the moment. Just take those shoulders and roll them back. I'm going to keep, we're all going to keep our chest lifted. We're going to slow down our breath. You can let your neck do whatever feels good. Now here's the key with stretching. Stretching should always feel good. No straining in our stretch. Just good feels. And one more thing to take note. When we shoulder roll, we always go backwards. This helps our posture, which means we're lifting our chest. We're lifting our eyes. Slow your breath and fill up your lungs with that full breath. Let's do one more. So good. And then we're going to do a back and core exercise. We're going to do our seated cat-cow. This stretch is just classic. So tuck your chin, pull your shoulder blades apart, relax. Just relax some more. Don't worry about looking up. Just enjoy the moment. Pull those shoulder blades a little bit more apart. Now, let's take a look up. Lift your chin. Lift your chest. Let your hands press into your thighs to help lift even more. And then round your back. Pull your shoulder blades apart. You're going to go back to that cow. Actually, this is the cat. Back to the cat. Just letting yourself relax. Now look up to cow. Lift your chin, lift your chest. That's all you need to worry about, just lifting. Relaxing, maybe close your eyes. And then back to your cat. Rounded back, shoulder blades separate. One more of that cow. All right, let's include the legs. I'm gonna scoot back here. Just hopefully it's not too loud for you. I'm just gonna put my leg out. My toe is up. And I'm not gonna strain too much, but my toe is lifted. You can feel the stretch in the back of the leg already. And I'm gonna allow my upper body to fold toward my lap. Not gonna go too far here, just enough to feel a nice pull in the back of the leg. You might also feel the lower back feeling a release. That's a great thing too. Now, I can't get enough of stretching, but be careful not to strain in your stretch. Just like with our exercise, let's switch legs. We listen to our body. Pull your toe up, heels on the ground. We just go to the end range of motion, the part where we can get to without having to strain. We do feel that little pull, but it's not intense. It doesn't hurt. In fact, it feels good, like a release. And then we come up. Let's do one more on each side. Toe is up, heel is down. A nice fold over the lap. And as we stay here a little bit, let's begin to think about happy, beautiful thoughts. Take your memory, your mind to a place that made you smile. Sit up and switch sides. Maybe it was a recent event where you were outside. You saw something beautiful, that beautiful bird. Maybe it was a loved one that passed who had a celebration. You just looked at them and you were filled with joy. Come on up. Think about that happy memory and hold that right now, that moment in your mind. We're going to sit back in our chair, hands on our lap. We're going to spend some time thinking joyful thoughts and breathing deep breaths. So take that deep breath in through your nose. Keep your mind in a happy place. And then whether it's through pursed lips or your nose, just slowly exhale. Our exhale is going to be slower than our inhale. So bring your mind, keep it at that happy place. Inhale. And slower exhale. This time as we breathe, we're going to breathe in and think of words of thanksgiving, words of gratitude. So breath comes in as we think of gratitude, the blessings in life. We're going to be thankful for that beautiful memory. And then we're going to release and relax and rejoice as we exhale. Bring our breath in. We're going to be thankful for breath. As we exhale, we're going to be thankful for release, for relaxation. Let's do that breath one more time. Slow breath in. And as we let the exhale go, it's going to be warm and soft and slow. And with that, you have completed a great workout. Your brain, your body, your muscles, all of it combined Great job, and we'll see you next time.